Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. I'm going to talk about recessions and some new information I just found out that pretty much says that we are definitely going into a recession. I'm also going to talk about some ways that people make money during the recession. So we're going to get started, get comfortable, buckle up a seatbelt. We're getting started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hello, welcome to the Black Financial Channel. This is theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor on the Black Financial Channel. We talk about black wealth and economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are black first. Black first means that we are solving the racial wealth gap. Black first means we put our community at the top of our priority list, not the bottom. Black first also means that we prepare our kids for the future. Black first means we educate our own. If you agree with that philosophy, put a B1 hashtag B1. If you're in the B1 community, put a hashtag B1 in the chat. Hey, I see my brothers from Senegal. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out the city that you're from. And also, if you shout out the city that you're from, and I see Cynthia's from Flint Town, that'll let me know you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I am not at my desk as I typically am. I am actually about to take a trip with my wife. So once you guys give me the confirmation that you can hear me okay, I will continue to speak. Can you guys hear me all right? Am I coming through all right? Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Happy blessed anniversary. Thank you. I see Indianapolis from Marshawn. Dave says yes. Okay, that's my first yes. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Beryl Boone from Little Rock, Arkansas. I see you. Okay, yet from the Yay area. All right, sounding good. Great, great, great. Thank you, thank you. I need that because I need to know that you guys can hear me all right. I am on a cruise ship, believe it or not. And the reason I'm on a cruise ship is that me and my wife are celebrating our 1 year anniversary. Shout out for Black love. Shout out for Black marriage. Marriage is such an it's an interesting experience. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's always perfect or easy, or that it's always difficult and crazy. But I really think that when we talk about family, we have to understand that that's God's multi-billion-dollar asset. Black people loving each other is the power of the universe that you have in the palm of your hands. And I want you to just love each other and treat each other well so that you can create happiness and prosperity for one another. So, anyway, with that being said, let me talk about this recession. I was doing some research on the recession in terms of what to expect and what's going to happen here, particularly as we prepare for the Black Wealth Summit. The Black Wealth Summit is going to be at the same time as the Essence Fest in New Orleans, July 1st through the 3rd. We're going to cover real estate. We're going to cover entrepreneurship. We're going to cover stock market investing, money mindset, all that stuff. You can feel free to go take a look at boycewatkins.com if you'd like to join us. But anyways, I was kind of looking at this recession and looking at what's going on. And I felt it before today. I felt that maybe we had an 80% chance of having a recession within the next 2 years. Now I want to upgrade that. I want to move that up from 80% to about 95%, maybe 100%. We are probably going to have either a recession or a depression. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. There are plenty of opportunities to make money during a recession. So do not think that a recession means that bad things are going to happen. Bad things can happen if you're not prepared. Bad things can happen if you're taking bad advice. And one of the things that Warren Buffett talked about recently that I agreed with is he said that a lot of people were taking bad stock market advice from people who knew nothing about the stock market. They knew nothing about how to pick a good asset. They were just getting lucky because everything was going up. Everything was going up. It reminded me of that Belle Biv DeVoe song. What was it? I thought it was me. And remember that I thought it was me. I thought it was me who made that girl this way. I thought it was me. Come to find out, she's like that every day. So you thought you were getting something special out of the stock market when the reality was everybody was getting something special. The stock market was giving it up to everybody. Okay, and so ultimately you have a different stock market now. You have a stock market where it's not going to give it up easy anymore. You're going to have to figure out the right moves to make. You're going to have to position yourself the right way. And ultimately, that's something that you're going to have to think about. Now, that thought it was me reference is kind of funny. I don't know if Ronnie's watching, but Ronnie, one of the members of New Edition is actually in the Black Business School. And so he noticed that I use a lot of Belle Biv DeVoe references, because they had so many great songs. I mean, Belle Biv DeVoe was so brilliant and creative. What was it? I love to talk about Can You Stand the Rain? That's a great stock market analogy. Can you stand the volatility, right? What was it? Another one was never trust a big button to smile, right? So that means that's about sort of wealth and protecting your wealth. And then the last one is I thought it was me. So here's the deal. When you're talking about stock market, activity right now, there's a guy named Lawrence Summers. Lawrence Summers is a name that you should probably know. I knew about Lawrence Summers a lot because when I was in graduate school, we would read his research papers all the time. He's the nephew of a Nobel Prize winning economist, so he has some white privilege in his life. I'm gonna be honest with you. He got some opportunities because he was white, but he also happens to be a brilliant guy. You know, I got to give it up where it's due. But he's also a brilliant, rich guy that comes from privilege. That's how he became president of Harvard University and got opportunities that a lot of our people may not get. But Lawrence Summers said something, and I actually agree with him. He was one of the people that, first of all, he predicted the inflation that's here now. He and a bunch of other economists, myself included, you could see it on the wall. It was easy to predict. It wasn't like, the hardest thing in the world to do. But the question then becomes, okay, so what's next? What do you see next for the economy? Lawrence Summers said something I did not know. He said that never in human history, in American history, have you ever had a period where you had inflation above 4% and unemployment below 4%. Let me say it again. You've never had a time where inflation was above 4% and unemployment was below 4%. What does that mean? Well, inflation being high is a bad thing. Unemployment being low or unemployment being low is a good thing. So you typically have the bad thing and the good thing kind of occur at the same time. You typically have a low unemployment when the inflation is high because they've stimulated the economy. The economy's humming along, it's kicking butt and taking names, and it's just humming, moving, moving, moving. But then you say, well, Kemosabe, you got to slow it down because your inflation's starting to kind of push your car to the point where it's going 100 miles an hour. You got to start tapping the brakes. Well, now you have a scenario where your economic car, is barreling down the road at 180 miles an hour, and it could get out of control and crash. They're literally trying to regain control of this car, and they've been pushing this sucker. He called Lawrence Summers, and I agree with him. Again, I don't like. I think he's a privileged white man, but sometimes we can agree. He said that the what was it? The Build Back Better plan was the most economically irresponsible plan he'd ever seen. And now pay attention. And he's a Biden fan. He's a Democrat. A Democrat, as a progressive, he said, Biden, if he passes this $9 trillion behemoth, whatever it was, it's going to wreck the economy. I don't know if it was 9 trillion, 5 trillion. It was crazy. And I agreed. I said, where are they going to get all this money? So ultimately, recession is coming. That's the big picture. That's what's going on. Now, I want to get to the little picture with you. And at the end of the video, if you hang out, I'll give you a stock at the end that I like, that I'm actually invested in, and some strategies that I think will be beneficial to you. How do you prepare for the recession? Hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. How do you prepare for the recession? How do you make money during a recession? Well, a couple ways you can make money during a recession is, number one, the obvious, which is everything is cheap. Everything is cheap. This is when you buy. This is when you invest heavily. You don't know when you've hit rock bottom, but you're probably going to go above this mark at some point in the next 3 to 5 years, maybe sooner. So that means that you literally have the chance to buy things now for $100 that in 3 or 4 years are going to be worth $200 or $300. That's easy. That's a slam dunk. Imagine buying a house for $100K, and you know that house is going to be worth $200K within 3 or 4 years. That's easy, right? Don't put all your hopes and dreams in one stock. You're going to spread your money out. That's the first rule of investing. We talk about that in class when we meet on Tuesdays for stock market class. We talk about that regularly. Number two, a lot of people, I've heard people say cash is trash. All right. Okay, good. All right. So I'm doing audio only because apparently my video is acting a little bit weird. So sorry about that, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, I'll keep going. Okay. Lost video and audio. Okay. You know what? I think I may have to actually go. I'm very sorry. It looks to me like on the ship, maybe the Wi-Fi is not that good. So you lost me for a sec. Am I back? Am I back? Give me a yes if you can hear me if I'm back. Okay. Since I'm back, then I'm gonna keep talking. You just won't get to see my handsome face. Um. All right. But that'll be good. So ladies, you won't be distracted now. You can focus on what I got to say and not be ogling me and stuff, having me feeling all disrespected like a piece of meat. Stop that. You know I got a wife. Y'all better quit. All right. So anyway, let me keep going. I'm kidding. All right. So the second thing is a lot of people during the pandemic were saying things that disturbed me. They were saying that cash is trash. They were saying you never want to have cash. Cash is bad. Your money should always be working. You got to have it invested. Got to get a return on your investment. Why would you have your money sitting in the bank when you can just go out and get X% return? Inflation's eating away at your money. Your money should be earning a return. That is true. That is true. But what you got to understand is that a lot of this return is risky. A lot of return is risky. A lot of people were like, oh, well, why would I put my money in a bank account when I could just stake my crypto and get 6%, 7% stake in crypto? Well, because the crypto market, go look at it right now. And I want you to walk through the bloodbath that used to be the crypto market. I want you to see how many so-called stable coins, risk-free stable coins, are now a big bloody mess. You got to understand the yin and the yang. You can never get to the point where things are good and think they're always going to be good. But also, you never want to get to the point where things are bad and think they're always going to be bad. The bad becomes the good becomes the bad. And I'm gonna summarize some of this and dig in, because it looks like our ship is actually moving. That's why the Wi-Fi is getting kind of funny, because I'm on this ship and I wish I could show it to you. I'm gonna upload some videos on my Instagram. I hope it's okay. I hope you don't think I'm flexing enough. And I just like sharing things, my experiences with you. And I love my wife, and this is our 1-year honeymoon. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to be a black man married to a beautiful black woman. So forgive me for being a simp about that, but I ain't gonna never apologize for loving black women. Anybody who doesn't agree, just take your old anti-black self off somewhere, because you can't be pro-black and anti-black woman. That doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. You can't hate your mama and claim to love your race. You can't love your race and hate your mama. That don't make no sense. So anyway, let me keep going. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Last piece. So people say cash is trash during the boom, but during the bust, cash becomes king. That which you avoided before becomes that which you desire during a recession. Cash is king because cash gives you the ability to go and take advantage of the fact that nobody else has cash. You're the person in the burning building with a bucket full of water and everybody else is burning alive. You're the guy with water bottles in your backpack while everybody else is dying from dehydration. Do you understand? So ultimately, liquidity, cash becomes king, because when the credit markets tighten up, when the banks stop loaning like they used to, when interest rates are higher and the cost of money gets higher, and people are dying because they over leveraged themselves into the ground during the boom, well, then you get to come along and pretend to be the superhero. You get to come along and say, oh, you can't afford that third house you bought because somebody told you to keep taking the equity out and putting down 10% on a new crib. Well, I'll buy your house. Well, you want to buy my house? Great, man. Great, please. I need the money. It's worth $400,000. You say, no, I want to help you, but I can't buy it for $400,000. But I'll buy it from you for $250,000. And at that point, they have no choice but to take that offer. So during a recession, this is why cash is king. This is why I want you guys, if you have business ideas or you're doing things with your side hustle, stack your paper up, because there's going to be a lot of desperate people that are looking to unload assets. During a recession, you can buy super cheap real estate. During a recession, you can buy stock in major companies for pennies on the dollar. During a recession, the whole American economy becomes a big, gigantic yard sale. You know, you go to yard sales and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that all this stuff is so cheap. Well, that's what you get during a recession. So I want to make sure that you're ready. And this is one of the reasons why I sounded a little bit like a negative Nancy when I said during the boom, I said, I don't agree with this constant use of leverage. Everybody goes into debt and they act like debt is just okay all the time. No, there's a dark side to debt. And but the thing is that it's not always dark either. Dave Ramsey thinks debt is always bad, but I hear other people that think debt is always good. Somebody like, what's that guy, the white guy's name? I forgot his name, something Grant Cardone. Always talking about debt and leverage this, leverage that. I said, no, some people aren't built for that. Some people don't want to deal with the dark side of debt. So maybe you use debt responsibly. How about that? How about instead of either driving down the street 200 miles an hour or sitting still, maybe you go 70 miles an hour, so you're still moving, but you're not going to die in a fiery crash in case your car loses control. So during the recession, this is where the conservative people are the ones who win. This is where people like Warren Buffett shine and show you why this man is 90 something years old with $100 billion in net worth. Let me move on. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I promise you guys at the end I will give you a stock that I just invested in, and I promise you I'll do that. That's in case you want to know. That's my blatant tease to get you guys to watch the whole video, because like apparently these YouTube algorithms pay attention to how long people watch the video. So I'm trying to grow the channel. So y'all gotta help a brother out. Y'all gotta help me out. All right. So last piece is I would say long-term investors win over short-term investors. That's extremely important. During a recession, patience is king. If you can buy things and hold them for 3 to 5 years or 5 years or longer, you are probably going to win. It's the easiest bet known to man. And that's my third point on this recession and how to make money during this recession. The last thing I'll say is, in terms of stocks that I like right now, I just bought a bunch of shares of Nvidia. I really like Nvidia a lot for a couple of reasons. One, Nvidia is a company that I just completely believe is going to do well over the next several years. Number two, if you like to sell call options for income, Nvidia is a great stock for me to sell options on, and that's how I make some of my weekly income. If you're curious about how to do any of these things, or you want to get better at these things, I hope you guys will consider joining us. We're doing a Black Wealth Summit in New Orleans at the same time as the Essence Music Fest. We have gathered a series of experts that can help you at the highest levels to become the perfect investor. The Black Wealth Summit is going to be during the Essence Fest in New Orleans, because we want you to be able to go have fun at the Essence Fest, but also we want you to learn, we want you to grow. I'm going to be there. Julian Gordon is going to be there. Y'all know how good Julian has made millions of dollars in real estate. He is incredibly good at real estate. Lene Javette's going to be there. She is an excellent business strategist. She's finishing her doctorate. She has helped me. She coached my wife. She's incredibly good at what she does. My brother Lawrence is going to speak about generational wealth and break down the strategy for that. My wife Alicia is a therapist and a full professor of social work, and she's licensed. She can help you with money mindset. So all these things are going to happen at the Black Wealth Summit. If you go to my website, boycewatkins.com, you can find out about the summit there. If you want to know more about my stock market class, you can find out about that at boycewatkins.com. And also, once I get back from the cruise, I'm going to do a special stock options weekend where I'm going to show you exactly and precisely how I pick the stocks that I sell options on, how I generate weekly income. This is what I do to generate income for my family. So make sure that when you go to boycewatkins.com, you get on my email list. You can get on my email list by clicking the link that says what Dr. Boyce is buying, like. But also, if you get on the email list, I will announce to you when I do the options class. That's going to happen once I get back from this trip with my wife. So that's my plan. That's what's going to happen. And DeBorn says, do you cover options in your stocks class? No, but we do have a stock options masterclass that I did. I did do a stock options weekend about a year ago, and I recorded every single piece of it. So if you go to stockoptionsmasterclass.com, that's stockoptionsmasterclass.com, you could take a look at what I put together during that class. Everybody loved it. The reviews were incredibly high. I saved everything so that those of you who couldn't make it could go through it, and I guarantee it will elevate your game as an investor. Times like this are the times where people like me really get to shine. There's a URL, stockoptionsmasterclass.com. People like me love times like this because it really is that's when fortunes are made. You guys don't understand. The Kennedys made all their money during the Great Depression. Everybody acts like, people act like everybody loses during a recession or during a depression. No, the people that lose are the people who don't know what's going on. The people that lose are the people who are late to the party. The people that lose are the ones who aren't really financially prepared or financially literate. I'm not making fun of those people, but I'm just saying that a lot of our black people are in that category. So I want you to be ready. I want you to know what's going on. I want you to see the opportunities. And Big Bezos, if you come to stock class on Tuesday, we can talk about margins. My students, they send me questions every week. You can send me your question. You can tell me what stocks you're thinking about. You can tell me what your investing portfolio looks like, and I can help you. just feel free to go to boycewatkins.com, do a free trial of my class, and you can send me whatever question you want. I will answer your question personally when we meet every Tuesday. All right, guys, I got to run. This ship is moving, actually, and I think my Wi-Fi is going to die, but I just wanted to pop in and say hello to you, and I love you. And shout out to everybody who believes in Black people. Shout out to everybody who believes in the Black family. And shout out to everybody who loves the Black woman. And shout out to everybody who supports and respects Black men, because we need y'all. We love y'all. And y'all, the people I'm talking to. I'm not talking to these fools out here who are with their anti-Black rhetoric. The Negro naysayers have no space in here. I'm talking to the people who want to build the future. So let's go build. Let's go make it happen. I'll check in periodically during the trip. Love you. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace.